Blue skies means fun days. Helping skydivers with tips and techniques about safety, training and fun jumping from those who know. With easy access to the internet, you don't have to go far to see scary skydiving pictures. The challenge is you don't know what led to this specific situation or how to correct the mistakes. Hi and welcome to Blue Skies Fun Days. In this episode we are going to have a look at situations that are easy to avoid or use them to either provide you with taps on the shoulder to possibly change your approach or look for further training. Check the ends of your cutaway cables. If the plastic has a hook, then smooth it out or get your rigger to do it. Likewise, check to make sure that the cable on the RSL side is the longest. This will avoid the possibility of potentially firing your reserve into your partially cutaway streaming main. The goal is always to minimise as many risks as possible before we get in the plane. Keep an eye on your slider. While it should be inspected at the regular reserve repack, either by the rigger or yourself, often it isn't. So since it is your canopy, make a point of regularly looking for damaged stitching, warm grommets or overstressed fabric. Slider failures can cause very hard and possibly injurious damage to you. While you are doing your own regular close inspections, have a look at where the lines attach to the links. Other than what the person assembling the gear may have missed, like missing bar tacks, do a regular check on where the lines attach to your riser. While you might find a misrouted soft link, you might also find some line wear. A broken line can cause challenges flying your canopy and possibly resulting in a cutaway. Another moment to call the rigger over and have a look. By the way, and this may be a surprise to some people, but leg strap covers are easy to replace, where replacing one or both of the leg straps will cost a visit to a rigger and several hundreds of dollars. Here's an easy one to catch, but it wasn't caught. If you can't see what is wrong, have a closer look or ask your instructor. This should have been caught during a pre-jump pin check. While closing a main container, some manuals have the bridle coming out of the top of the container. In this case, the bridle then has to go over the top of the pin flap. Other manufacturers want you to bring the bridle out under the bottom of the side flaps. This is the only time a bottom exiting pin can be inserted into the loop. Otherwise, you'll end up with the pilot chute in tow. If in doubt, refer to the manual or ask a rigger conversant with your type of container. Talking of bridles, people often don't look inside the deployment bag where the bridle comes through. This is a high stress and a high wear area. If you see any burnt areas on the bridle or possibly even see the kill line, see a rigger immediately. It could be a simple repair or it may need a new bridle being fitted. Swooping the pond is fun, but sometimes gear gets wet and generally the water is muddy. This means dirt can build up inside the webbing. This can cause internal wear and weakening. While this 6,000 pound webbing is quite strong, over time and repeated torture, grit can substantially weaken the webbing. Talking of webbing, be sure to check your risers where the Type 2A loop goes through the grommet. When you see webbing fibres separating from the grommet, it means that the risers are getting close to the end of their life. The lighter the webbing used for the risers, the more critical this inspection. Having a riser separate on opening or in a fast low turn can ruin your whole day. And now, an old and not so favourite I see most weekends, dead or dying rubber bands. These can lead to out of sequence deployments and openings with disastrous results. Maybe at the start of each season, start with a new set of rubber bands and replace them progressively as they wear. And finally, a packing tip. Fabric to the outside and lines to the inside. Mixing the two can lead to lines whipping over fabric and causing fabric burns. Sure, getting on the next load is important and packing fast is crucial, but think of the time you will lose if you have to get a repair or maybe even get a reserve repack. That's all for this episode. While I generally caution novices about looking at scary videos you see on the internet, please, if you do watch them, use them as a learning opportunity and discuss them with your instructors and riggers. We are all human and make occasional mistakes, but let's keep the mistakes minimal and not life-threatening. See you next time on Blue Skies, Fun Days. For more tips and techniques, click subscribe.